Okay, I have started recording. Uh, all right, perfect. So today's we have covered Active Directory and authentications. We have seen our backs also. Now we are today covering that monitoring. Right? In the monitoring, there's a two types of monitoring. Actually, there's a three types of monitoring. Okay, let me see that which screen it's recording. Perfect. All right. So we have a three types of monitoring. One is called metric, metric base. This is the first type of monitoring. By default, it is available on Azure on each every most of the resources. Another is log base, right? So if any application is running or any services running on Azure, so it's generate its logs. So logs we store some place. From that place we monitor the resources. So that is called a log-based monitoring. Third is not respect to do each and every resources, but it is called activity logs. Activity log. So whatever operation you perform on Azure portal, right? Portal or might be PowerShell, right? Whatever operation you generally do on ARM base, on ARM, it will get monitor, and that is called your activity logs. So let's say that I have virtual machine. This is my virtual machine. All right. The metric log will be by default will be available. It is by default available. In the metric log, we have two types of metric log. One is guest base, guest agent base. Another is host agent base. All right. Host agent. What exactly guest agent and host agent means? So this is a virtual machine. Definitely it is running on some bare metal, some physical box, right? So if I logging this machine, I'm here right now in this machine and see that, can I see that operations logs, CPU utilization, memory utilization, network utilization, can I see inside operating system? Yes, I can see. So this is called a guest based. So this virtual machine is a guest and we are collecting logs. We are looking logs based on this virtual machine. So there could be a multiple virtual machine. Each virtual machine will have their guest agent on each every virtual machine. Each virtual machine will have their guest agent, right? So the guest agent is nothing but a W agent, right? It is collecting log and sending to Azure portal. Another is that this is my physical box, right? Bare metal, physical machine. And in the physical machine, it is communicating with help of some hypervisor layer, right? So actually, when I'm use this CPU utilization, this memory utilization, I am using from here on physical servers, right? This is partially shared with each and every virtual machine. So this is a RAM which we are right now seeing. So if I use, let's say that 2 GB RAM, so out of 64 GB, I am using 2 GB on that virtual machine. So will it this bare metal will also come to know that this virtual machine how much utilizing the logs? Yes. How much utilization how much utilization it have? Yes, we can come to know. So that is a hypervisor layer. On a hypervisor layer, we can see that is called host level logs, right? So this is a two different types of metric logs. Any questions here, guys? Any questions? I'll show you that metric level logs. No question. Perfect. So we'll go to one virtual machine. Let me start this virtual machine. All right. So meanwhile, it's virtual machine getting started. We can see the metric log. So let's see that what is a metric logs. So I can see in the monitoring section here each and every resources. This is virtual machine resources. So in each of your more resources, you can find out monitoring sections. In the monitoring section, you can see the monitoring. All right. If a monitoring section, you can see there is a one is that scope. You need to define. Where is my in the scope you need to, your scope you need to define that just like RBAC you need to define that which resource. So we say that okay, this is my virtual machine, and which virtual machine? This is my ADDS virtual machine. The name of virtual machine is ADDS. So I define my scope is kind of all types. Here I can see that in this resource group I can see this resources. If I don't want to choose it, I can choose different resources also, right? So this is I have to choose. Let me select out. I can filter it out with different types of resource or different type of component also, right? So I have choose a scope. Now machines, virtual machine base and guest matrix base. So this is a host base right now. Okay, I have made a mistake. This is should be vice versa. This is not, this will be my host. Is it short? Okay, let me just give me 1 minute. I'll change my screen so you can see a little bit. I got it. I got it. Right now I'm sharing the monitor, so it's quite big for you. Okay, I'll stop sharing and start sharing different screen. Is it good? Yep, I got it. All right. So this is what I have a scope. After scope, I have taken host virtual machine. Then I can decide which metric I want to monitor. I want to monitor the CPU utilization, CPU percentage. I can see the CPU percentage. You can see that. If I want to see that what was the highest number, so I can see the with highest and minimum. I can see a sum, a calculation of that. I can see a count, number of times it touched the 60, right? So I can see that one. If I see the average, it is shows me that okay, this is 3%, 60%. It is what is CPU utilization right now going on. Okay, this is the time frame you can see that which is I think it's last 24 hours, right? This is what last 24 hours, and every 1 minute, every 1 minute it's gathering the information, or might be every 5 minutes. So it shows me details of every 5 minutes. It's every 5 minutes, right? You can see the time difference. Can you see that here? Here, this area you can see the time difference. You can see that Every time it is a 5 minute difference. 42 is 47. If I change to 5 minutes, granularity, I can make it 30 or I can make 1 hour. So it will be 7:30, then 8:30, then 9:30, then 10:30. You can see in down here, right? So this is for last 24 hours graph, and also the duration between last 24 hours, it is 1 hour. If I make it very small, 1 minute, so the graph will be very fluctuating and I can see the minor details, every 1 minute details. Right. I can make it last 30 minutes also. So last 30 minutes, there is no workload. I know that our virtual machine was shut down. So let me go last 4 hours. I believe that time also it was shut down. I have last 24 or 12 hours. I can see details, right? And I don't want to have for 1 minute. I just wanted to have every 1 hour details. So I can see that graph 4 points, right? So that is a matrix. By default, Microsoft provide a few matrix which you can see in the monitoring section. In the overview page, in the monitoring section, you can see that default matrix, CPU, networks, right? Disk, disk IOPS, memory. So this is last for 1 hour. Let me make it last 1 day, 24 hours. So you can see a little bit, right? You can see the graph. Now, same thing. If I click here, it will take me to same monitoring page, the matrix page, where I can see the matrix. This is what I have just now selected CPU utilization average, right? The granularity is 5 minutes. Any questions, guys, here on the matrix based monitoring? Perfect, perfect. All right. So this is a complete monitoring base. If I go to again in the monitoring section, matrix base, and I can choose what level of logs I want to have it, right? Right. So I can see last 24 hours, CPU credit consumed. There's nothing is there. Total in and out. Yep, there is some few details. Some I'll make it average. Okay. So this is logs collected by a agent which is running inside a virtual machine. Or agent running inside the virtual machine. That agent is giving me a details that and this is you can store up to you cannot store these details. You cannot store the details. If you want to store it, you have to redirect this detail to some storage account or workspace. We'll see that later. All right. But this is a live going on. I want to get alert based on something happen. So let's say that a network or might be a RAM. Usually we generally trigger with the RAM, available memory. Available memory. If this memory goes more than 6 GB, I should get email. So I can create a new alert. I'll not do right now because alert will be, I'll come to that part later after showing all three options. All right, so this is a alert I can create it based on my conditions. Once I clicked it, it will shows me that scope, conditions, we'll see later on, and this is part will come to later on. All right, so this is how you can create alerts. So this is a condition, it will be there. All right, so I can see the linear chart. If I want to have a bar chart, I can have a bar chart. All right, if I wanted to have an area covered chart, I can have an area covered chart. In the memory, I'll just change it to CPU. CPU will show you that more details, right? And you can have wanted to have a kind of scattered chart. It will show the scattered chart. Grid will be show you the text values, right? It will be show the text values. All right, people prefer to have a line one. Apart from that, this is only one chart. Okay, and if I want to see CPU and along with the same time I want to see the memory, I want to compare the both. So I can add a metric, all right, and look for the memory, whatever parameter I want to set it up, I can set it up, average memory in percentage. Okay, available memory count. Yep. Right, you can see that in terms of percentage, and I want to compare this two. So this line is CPU one, the blue one is your CPU line, and the red one is my memory one. You can simply see that here. So if I just scroll the mouse, I can compare the both memory and CPU. What time was the memory, what time was the CPU, and how was related to each other. If I want to add a more scope, more metric in the same here, I want to see that network. Network in total out. Right, and I want to see in average in terms of average. So there will be three lines. Network is going very much high, so I'll just go with the count one in terms of percentage. Can you see that this three? You can compare the three. CPU is very much low, my network is medium space, and memory was high in terms of percentage. Make sense, guys? So this is within a one chart. You can add multiple metrics, right? This is the three filters we have all applied on a same scope. The different value, different parameter, and different values. All right, but I don't want to keep in the same graph. I want to add a new chart. So I can add a new chart here. I'm not adding a metric. I'm adding a new chart completely. So this is also memory, average, and that's it. So you can see the two chart will be there. One will be here for the CPU. Another will be the memory on down. So two different chart will be there. Let me click out. Yeah, it will be a little bit. Make sense, guys? You can see those charts here. The above one is a memory one, down is a CPU utilization. We have keep two different charts for that. All right. Now what else we can do that? Yes, important one. I'll just write it here. Dashboard. What is a dashboard? Generally, if you are from the monitoring, you know that dashboard is very much important. In a dashboard, you generally have some kind of where critical application you can keep monitoring on that. You don't go every time on applications and after going applications see that resources. You generally don't want to see that which is a critical one application you want to see directly. So you can have a multiple dashboard. So where you can find out dashboard, this is the dashboard area. If I click here, might be I already have a couple of dashboard. Come on. So this is my dashboard is there. Leave it. Yes, I have only one dashboard. This is a, so I can create, this is my default dashboard. I can create a new dashboard. I'll just say the blank one. I'll give it that prod, VM, CPU, and RAM. This is what I want to see here. And what values you want to have? I just want to see the first clock here. Just want to see that current time. This is the time which we are seeing right now in IST. I just want to keep it here. Then I want to have it. Right. I want to have another matrix chart. If I go from here, I have to select the scope. Just add a matrix chart. So I have to click on it, edit, Save first. Then I have to click on edit. Then I have to decide the scope, which was the scope. So I'll go scanning my virtual machine. I can expand the resource group. This virtual machine, this is what I want to see here. Apply what I want to see here. I'll just say that I want to see memory, and that's it. This is what I want to see. If I, how to save that? Save. Yep, save here. This is save to dashboard. Once I save, I can see the memory. If I want to make it small, I can make it small. Right, this is pretty good. All right. So I can add a matrix from here. I want to add another matrix. I'll just have to click edit. I add another matrix. Or simply, I can go to that resource which I want to monitor, click on it, go to in the monitoring section, quick monitoring section. I want to see the CPU utilization. I click on it and I can pin to dashboard. It will ask me which dashboard you want to pin it. So I can simply say that this is my dashboard. I want to pin it. Now it will be, I can see here, if I go to dashboard again, you can see here, this is down. I can make it a little bit up. I just move it to up. It's a pretty handy dashboard. All right, so I can see CPU and memory for this system. And here we can see the average, whatever value you want to set it, you can set the value. This is what I have set based on my filter. And this is what two parameter, this one and this parameter. This is important you need to remember. I'll just make it last 24 hours and save to dashboard. So you can see the last 24 hours. This is, I believe, it is last 24 hours also. Right? So if you just scroll down, you can see the compare the both the places. Here you can see that if I am moving my cursor, the other side also it's moving the cursor, both the place together. Right? And I can see the current time, and this is with IST time zone also itself. You can set the IST time zone itself here, local time zone. If you want to have another time zone, you can set a different time zone. So you have to choose which UTC or IST. This is only two available. Any questions, guys, on the dashboard? All right. One last thing on the dashboard. This is your personal private dashboard you have created for your monitoring. But if you want to, let's say that I have created, I want to make sure that Kiran also see that same dashboard. So I can share this dashboard with the Kiran. So I can share it. I can give a proper access control, reader, editor, whatever level I want to give a Kiran access, he can have access. So I can publish this dashboard to with the Kiran also. Make sense? All right, I have published. Now, if I'll give a permission to Kiran, he can see that dashboard. So this has been published. Now, if I want to add, come on, sharing, add access level. You can see that I can give a Kiran access. So I have to add access, whatever role I want to give it to Kiran on the dashboard. This is access on the dashboard. I want to give a monitoring contributor. He can read all the monitoring data, but and update the monitoring setting. I don't want to give it. I just want to give a reader. He can read all resources but does not allow to changes. Or I can simply give it a monitoring reader. He can read all the monitoring data. Next, whatever users, I'll just select it. I have only one user as of now, so I cannot choose that, but let's assume that is another user. I'll just select it. Next, next, assign. Now, if he can go on his dashboard, he can see the dashboard section. He just drop down. He can see that okay, this dashboard is shared by Samir, or I can monitor from here. right? So this is a pretty good feature of a dashboard. Now, this is also you can set it up every 5 minutes refresh, or you want to have a manual refresh. If you keeping your screen as a rather than home page screen, this is what we generally when we click on the home icon, we see that this home screen. I can change with help of in the where I can change it in the appearance. I can change to dashboard. All right. And now if I click here, I can always come to dashboard. I go to virtual machine. If I come here, I just click it, I will see my dashboard rather than home page. So this is also you can set it up always default dashboard as a page, home page. All right. So this is all about matrix. Right now, we have seen what we have done. We have seen a matrix. Which one? A host-based matrix. A host-based matrix, we have seen the graph. We can add multiple graphs to matrix. We can add a multiple matrix, CPU, this is a RAM, and we can publish this matrix or this chart to my dashboard. All right. Also, this chart can set up a alert section we'll see later on. But I can set the, after setting up a chart, I can set alert. All right. So this is my host-based matrix. Whatever values or data is coming from, this coming from the W agent or agent is running inside a virtual machine. But what I said earlier that we have a Hyper-V, these virtual machines are hosted on Hyper-V, right? Or hypervisor, any hypervisor. So this is also come to know that how much they are utilizing actually, not from the inside, including the operating system kernels, everything. So it also come to know that. And here you can get more appropriate details. So if you want to have a customized one, you can have it. So for that, what I have to do, I have to go again in the monitoring section. If I want to have a guest level matrix in the monitoring section, if you can see that there is another option called enable guest memory matrix, right? Or what I can do that simply I can go to diagnostic setting and I can enable a agent who can collect a data from guest level, all right, guest level diagnostic for memory, CPU, and RAM, but it cannot collect and show directly. It have to store some data in some container because it's collecting from and showing to the showing on a chart. So before that, it's showing the chart. It need to put a logs which is generated by the guest. So it need to put some storage account. So we can choose this storage account. Okay, that's fine. Or you can create a new storage account. I just need to enable. It will take a little bit time, hardly 5 minutes. Let it enable. I'll just come back in 2 minutes by grabbing a water. So it will be get enabled within 2 minutes. Hi guys. All right, it's enabled now. Are you there, everyone? Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, so it's enabled now. It can collect the CPU, memory, disk, network utilization. All right, and that is getting stored on storage account first. Then you can see the more details. And also, apart from that, it can collect the event logs like critical applications or any failures, Windows failure, Linux failures, those things also you can see that. Also, you can collect the crash dump if anything system is failing or shutting down or getting hang or getting crashing. So you need to have a crash dump. So you can collect all those details here itself. But you have to configure it. We haven't configured, we have to enable it. This is just overview page. After that, you can see that what other details you're collecting. If you want to have a customize, you can add a customized values also. All right. And if you want to see the logs, what levels of logs you want to see that, critical, warnings, or if you just want to have information, verbose, any actions, you can get all those logs. All right. Also, you can have a crash terms. I don't know, this one is something new. Sync one, I don't know. This is what is new. Manage entity. Okay. I don't know. This is a new one. Also, you can enable the insight log. This is what I'll just come to later on. This insight is we required insight account and insight key. Right, so this is a kind of more advanced features. It shows us connectivity between the multiple applications. All right, and finally, you can see that where is your data getting stored. So this is a storage account. We are storing our data. As of now, it's already stored. If you just want to delete, you can remove the storage account from here. So it will disable the agent. All right. Now coming to back to matrix. Now, if I come back to matrix after enabling a diagnostic agent. Here is my host one, earlier one. Another is a guest one. If I just click on guest one, you will see that, okay, it's make sure you have all network permission. Just a bit. Last time I was doing something that is causing a problem. What I have done, this is I made this network storage account network a private endpoint, service endpoint. So due to the service endpoint, it is restricting the network. So this is a selected network. I'll make it all network. Matrix base. Hopefully it should have some logs. Guest base. Right, it's collecting the logs. It will take a time. Yep, it will take a time a little bit. Yep, you can simply see that. So system CPU utilization. This is what is coming from guest level monitoring. As of now, there is none because it's just started collecting the logs on storage account. That's why it is right now there's no logs. But if you can see that there's in the multiple values we can monitor based on guest level monitoring. Any questions on guest level or host level monitoring, guys? Any questions on guest level and host level? All right. There's no difference between guest level and host level. All functions are the same. Only thing is that the you are collecting logs from where. So there's a few details, a few differences will be there, possibilities there. Here is a more possibilities, right? And the host level, there's less possibilities or less customizable. Here you can do perform a customizable. All right. So this is you can collect the logs. This is both other matrix base. Now coming to log base. So whatever system you are generating, you this is a limitations of a logs. You cannot combine multiple. Okay, just let me give example before that. So let's say that I wanted to see, this is my virtual machine 1, this is virtual machine 2. Just a minute. This is virtual machine 1, this is virtual machine 2. I want to see any virtual machine, any machine VM, which is CPU is more than 90%. It's pretty difficult query. I want to do any virtual machine which is 90%. So I am right now collecting a logs and alerts setting up on based on individual charts. It is pretty difficult. What I have to do, I have to add a scope. In the scope, I have to add multiple virtual machine. Then I have to choose multiple CPU, so multiple RAM. Then only I can set the alerts. And I cannot perform a customization also, where CPU utilization is this, or when where application is this, or application working fine. If I want to add multiple queries, I cannot do on the metric base. For that, I have to go log analytics. This log analytics allow me to do customization on my work, customization on query. So this is a just workspace which we are creating, which will collect the logs. The work or workspace job is just to collect the logs and fetch the query. If any query is there, to fetch that. So just I'm creating a workspace where I can collect the logs. So let's say that my workspace, keeping a same region. Just give me 1 minute. It will take time to deploy. Okay, workspace is ready. If how do I see the workspace? I have to go here, log analytics workspace, and this is workspace I have created in this region. Now, what I'll do that I have virtual machine. Let's say that couple of virtual machine. I need to enable logs for these machines. So there is a two ways. One way I can simply go to monitoring section. Where's my monitoring section? And click on logs and connect to workspace. I'll just enable it from here. I have to choose a workspace, or it is asking me to create a new workspace. I don't want to use a, I want to use my workspace. I can use my workspace and enable it. This is one way I can send all my logs to this workspace. All right. And other way I can go to workspace. Come on, let me change to this one. I'll go to workspace. In the workspace, I can find out the source workspace data source. So in this section, I can find out the virtual machine. I have to, this is not connected, not enabled. I have to just click it here and connect. So it will install agent on my workspace. I'll just quickly show that which agent it will show you. Before installing, I can show you, or might be in a transaction phase. The extension will be Log Analytics Workspace extension, monitoring agent kind of. So you will find out here extensions. So this is right now in transaction mode. It's getting applied called Microsoft Monitoring Agent. It is applying right now, which will be right now transaction phase. Let me refresh it. So this agent will be help to collect the logs from virtual machine to this workspace. Right, guys? Any questions so far? Okay, perfect, Kiran. Perfect, Ravindra. Mahesh, hopefully you don't have a question. Perfect. All right. So this is workspace. Let it. Yeah, it's successfully done. Now, if we just refresh it, it is also successful. If you, yep, can you see it? It's agent. Now, this virtual machine will be sending a logs to this agent for log analytics. Now, this is a connected workspace. As of now, we don't have a logs because it's just start sending the logs. But how to do the query? We can simply go to logs. In the logs, you can find out there's a lot of sample queries is already there. So you want to have a query for virtual machine, click on virtual machine. What data has been collected so far? You can simply run this query. So based on this query, it will show me that what are the types of data, what are the logs has been collected. Or if I want to just see the virtual machine available memory, disk space, I just want to see that how much CPU, how much C drive is full, how much D drive is full, how much F drive is full. Each every partition, how much is it's full, you can see it here. But that is not possible with the matrix. C drive, D drive, E drive cannot be possible with matrix. Even if you want to run the, if you want to check some folder, you can check some folder also. I'll just check that track the VM availability during the last report. I'll just quickly see uptime. Uptime will be easy. If there is no uptime. You can see that clear user using a clear password that also can collect the data. Any failed login that also can collect the data. So the log analytics workspace can collect a lot of data. Any virtual machine has been shut down in last 10 minutes, it shows that details. Right. Logical disk space is low threshold, it shows that space. VM is not reporting, that is uptime. Right, I can simply run this query. I can see that which virtual machine are running. So it says that heartbeat where 24 hours, last call is not. So I can should see the details. Wait. Yeah. Can you see that? This is heartbeat we are getting. This virtual machine is running and we can see the details of this virtual machine. This is a Windows 10 operating system and all the details of this virtual machine we can see that. This is a virtual machine EDDS we have. So this is how you can get it the details on uh, log analytics. There's a lot of possibilities. Same thing, this rules, this query, you can pin to dashboard. You can pin to dashboard. The logs you can also see over there. The my dashboard, shared one. I can pin it there. Or I can create alert for that. Same. So from the matrix, from the log analytics, both can possible. From the both the place you can set alerts. We'll come to alerts later on. Right, guys? Okay. So let me show the dashboard quickly for this. I have this query. You can simply see that it is fetching the details. Every every 1 minute is fetching the details. Uptime. We can do the better way. I just ran the heartbeat, which is a pretty bad query. You can do the lot of queries. I just have a simple query heartbeat. You can run the heartbeat query where the system is last 24 hours is down. That also can see that which virtual machine is not reachable. That also you can see that. So that is based on the query how you can create it. I just checking the heartbeat. Who is providing heartbeat? Any questions on log analytics, guys? Log analytics is not over. In a log analytics, couple of more things you can collect, not only virtual machine. You can collect a data as a source from storage logs, system center, Azure activity logs, or any scope configuration. You can also, this is something new. I'm also not aware that this is a preview. Let me check it out. So what are the scopes configuration? Need to figure it out. What is this one? All right. So there's a lot of possibilities. What are the things you want to collect it? Okay. Now you wanted to collect. You have a third-party application installed, and you want to collect the logs. You can go for the custom logs. You need to add a custom logs. You need to provide a sample file. If you don't have a sample file, you can download from the Microsoft sample file. And based on the sample file, how the logs get collected, it will start collecting your custom application logs also. All right. And what else I can show you? This is for on-premises, collecting a logs. Yeah. Solutions, down the logs, there will be solutions. Solutions will be third-party persons who are providing you solution based on the activity logs. So it will shows you that some good way, graphical ways of solutions. Let's say that you are running, you want to have a Windows virtual machine, you want to have specific solutions. So those companies will be create a solution for you and it can display here. I'll just show you that Azure Log Analytics Solutions. I'll just show you sample one. This will looks like this. This will be looks like this based off the collecting of logs. So this is called a solutions. That can be provided by third party or you have to build your own third solutions. So you can simply see that. So this is a solution you can purchase from third parties. So where you can find our solutions here. So in the solution sections, you can look for the solutions on the top. You can create a solution or you can purchase a solution. I'll just create it. So here in the marketplace, I can find out a lot of solutions will be available. Make sense, guys? All right. Going to log space, workspace. What else? What else is important? All right. So far, what we have seen that, okay, this is one more important thing, guys. So this is a logs we are collecting that is also costing us in a log analytics workspace. So far in the matrix, there is no cost. And guest level matrix, it's just how much data you are collecting to keeping on storage account, that is a cost. But in a log analytics workspace, there is a cost per GB cost will be there. You need to find it out. And you can retain your logs. How many days you want to keep it your logs? That's up to you. You can decide. The maximum you can keep it a logs for retention will be, I believe that it's a 730 days. right? It's a maximum level of logs you can keep it, or minimum it is should be 90 days. Log should be there, right? This is you can find out in users and solutions. The maximum retention can be 730 days for the logs, log analytics workspace logs, right? So that you can configure. Okay. Now coming to alerts. Alerts is also one of a service. Alerts can be created. Okay, before the alerts, we have done this metric base, log analytics base, log base. Now activity. What is activity? You are starting virtual machine, you are stopping virtual machine. Those are the activities. You are resizing virtual machine. Those are the activities, right? Everything will be get stored on Azure portal. That whatever you action you perform. So let's see that what are the activities I can see on this virtual machine. I can if I go to sorry if I go to activity log next to it and I can see last 6 hours there's a couple of activity happen. I have shut down the virtual machine 5 hours ago. Then I have started virtual machine right 11 minutes ago. Some changes I have done. For before the 45 minutes I have started the virtual machine. I have added couple of agents, extensions, so those activity you can find out here. So who have initiated the events? Samid have initiated the events, right? Those activity you can find out here. And if you just click and go on JSON, you can find out in details on each and every resources. And if you just want to see that change history, it will generally show that what are the changes towards the earlier stage and now what is the current stage before 1 minute or 30 minutes before that actions. Right? This is a old stage creating. Now it's created successfully. This is the current state of this agent, which we have state provisioning. This is called activity logs, all the action. This is specific related to virtual machine. If I go to activity log here, I can see entire portal, all the activities, whether it's virtual machine, storage account, or any resources. So that all I can see here. And this activity can be stored up to the 7 days. But if you want to store more than 7 days, you can redirect to your log analytics workspace, and there you can store from 90 days to 730 days. Right? It will take a little bit time because it's all entire portal activity. Come on. Yes, you can see that this activity has been done on virtual machine. This is activity has been done on workspace. This activity has been done on keys. This work activity has been done on shared. Who have done what activities? You can see the different all activities. Some of the automation task is there. That is also you can see here, right? So those are the activities. If you want to get alerts on that activity, you can also get alerts on activity. If you want to track it out, those activity, you can track it out. So let's say that I'll go to alert section first, alert service. I can look for the alert service. I can create an alert rule. So this is a rule will have three parts. One is a scope, which area you want to monitor or you want to get alert. All right, this can be virtual machine, subscription, Active Directory, activity logs, workspace, anything. Right. Then, based of just choosing that resource, there will be some metric base, log analytics base, activity base. You have to create a conditions. Once condition matches, it will trigger the alert. But whom to send the alerts? That will be called action groups. The action will happen, but that will send it to email to action group, email, SMS, call, or any application. If let's say that CPU relation is 100%, So we have some script that can reduce the script utilization. You want to make it automate. So it will call that script and run that script that will reduce the script utilization without interacting with people. That also can possible. So that will be called action groups, right? And after defining three scope, condition, and action group actions, right? Email or SMS, then this you have to specify this alert name. The first thing what we have to do, as of now, we don't have action group. What are the things you need to know? So we have a resource, we can set the scope, we can set the condition, we don't have action groups. So let's create action group first. I'll go on create action group. In the action group, I have to choose where I want to keep my action group. I'll say that email to admins. Right, this is a group name. Now, what you want to do? I want to get a notification. What is the type of notification? I want to get email, SMS, push notification, whatever you want to get it, you can get it. Or you want to have something third party roles, you can give it a third party roles and it can perform action. So let's say that I'll go give owner role, right? So it is just giving actions to that resource manager to perform any actions. So I'll just go on push notifications. Here I can find out email service. Here I can find out SMS service. Here I can find out a push notification, right? I can find out voice messages. So I'll just set it up for email. I can add multiple email address, right? How I can add it? By separating comma. I can add multiple email address. Why? Okay. Okay, one email address per set notifications. So I can add this one to another notification. And I'll give it this notification is Outlook Summit. This is Gmail Summit, right? And go to next action. If anything action you want to have it, you want to run some query, you want to run some logic app, some you want to run webhook, so those also you can set it. This is optional one. Then you'll just create a group, all right? And this group will be get created. As of now, I'll just go and remove one, keep it only one. And also this is I'll add a dummy address because I'll start getting a notification. All right, action group has been created. Now I'll create a new alert. I'll choose my scope. I'll choose my scope as a resource group. Let's say that I'll go on find a resource type, virtual machine. I'll just choose this virtual machine, add it. So this is my scope has been set. Now I want to add a condition. I can add a condition based on all the types, matrix base or log activity base. So I'll just say that log activity base. If someone shut down this virtual machine, terminate, deallocate. Deallocate virtual machine, shut down this virtual machine, right? if this action happened, as you can see the green tick mark, and whenever the virtual machine with administrator access is shut down, deallocate has been triggered. Send email. To whom send email? I want to send email to my this one admin group, right? Email admin, and this is called ADDS shutdown. Please verify the received alert of shutdown of ADDS VM. Right, this is what we can send a message and create a rule. If this virtual machine has been shut down, this this rule will get triggered automatically. Make sense, guys? So this is we have set activity alert. Same way we can set it up on based on virtual machine, CPU utilization, memory utilization, or might be log analytics based some query you want to run it. You can have that alerts. Any questions, guys, on the alert part? So I cannot see alert right now because it's not triggered. If I want to see the alerts, I have to go on this one, alerts rules. Here it's enable state. This rules has been alerts has been created. But if it's got triggered, I can see in this area. Here, you're good, you don't have alerts. So let me shut down this virtual machine for now. Alright, in a few minutes, we'll see the alerts here. Okay, so we have done the last thing which you need to cover on the monitoring, guys. Activity log based, activity based alerts. Right, we have done. One last thing I want to cover is called monitor. Monitor as a service. So you can find out a monitor as a service. This is a monitor service where you can find out all types of activity what we have learned. Activity based, all system activity. So it is just collecting all system activity service. Alerts, any alerts has been triggered, or matrix, which we have can set the scopes, or log analytics workspace. You can choose log analytics workspace. As of now, this is my workspace. You can change this workspace, select the different workspace. If you have multiple workspace, right? You can change the scope. Apart from that, one more is that health service. Health service is from Microsoft. What is Microsoft Resource Health? Whatever resources you have deployed in your Azure, if anything is down from the Microsoft side, it is not because of you or any attack or anything. Microsoft service is down. You will get alert on health service, right? Any health advisory, which means that Microsoft is going for any plan maintenance or anything is that your system is not good. So Microsoft will give you health advisory that you can find out here, right? Any security advisory, any security vulnerability you can Microsoft find and you want to point it out, you can find it on the health service and the security advisory, right? Now, apart from that, there is an application inside. Okay, applications, and I just want to see the virtual machine one. So I can see all the virtual machine which I have has been mapped. Why it's not showing here? Okay, I need to enable the not in monitor. So this is what I am monitoring right now. Workspace. It's not in monitor. I had to need to add it into monitoring section. Right, monitoring section, inside section. In the application inside, I have to enable the application inside for that. So I can have more details of application inside. It is like how much data you're collecting, how much logs are going, a transaction between two applications, those things you can get it. And a storage account, you wanted to find out how much a storage account capacity you're utilizing. So as of now, I have only one storage account in my subscription. So this is approximately utilizing capacity. As per the capacity, some KBs or MBs will be there, right? 512 MBs it is right now utilizing. So I can list out all the storage account and I can download from here entire report in Excel file, right? Any questions so far, guys? There's a lot of services there. I don't want to go right now because it's all services you don't know. Redis caches, clusters, even Redis cache I don't know, cluster I don't know. Key vault in particular I know that, SQL I know that. So, but the thing is that this is complete PaaS services. Any questions, guys? Kiran, Ravindra, no questions? Perfect. So we are good with the monitoring section, guys. If you have any queries, please let me know. We have almost covered our syllabus. Few topics, two topics are pending: web app and Kubernetes service. That will I'll take it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our last sessions for not for the Kiran because Kiran I have to take a repeat on the compute part. That I'll speak to Ganesh. Yeah. Okay. So let me speak with the Ganesh when he's planning a next session, a next batch. There's a couple of students also waiting. So when I start, I'll include you guys there, right? But tomorrow, sorry. Okay, sure. We'll kind of discuss tomorrow any one small project, and I'll give you the walk through that how the projects looks like, what are the projects will be, and what are things you need to consider on the project side, right? The project will be having whatever we have already learned. That is what we are going to walk through. Okay, and apart from that, send me your resume so I can verify that. If you require improvise, I can improvise it. All right, so we are meeting tomorrow, same time. Perfect, guys. So just if you have any questions, please come with your questions from not only today's topic, all the topics which you have done, or any topic you want to repeat it, or just let me know so I can include you guys in next upcoming batch.